So I'm thinking about quitting because it's taken me longer than I wanted. I thought I'd be further by now. I put so much time and energy and resources into this, and I just thought I should have more subs by now. I should have 100,000 subscribers. There's a lot of people who have more subscribers to me, and that's disheartening. I thought I should have jumped them by now. And I'm just not having fun making these videos because my happiness is based on the external result, and it's not enough for me just to put in an effort and get better. I put in so much time and so much effort, and I'm really thinking about quitting because I should have so much more results to show. Stop it! Oh my God, yo, welcome in, much love, Trav here. Beautiful Sunday. Gonna be a fun day ahead. I learn a lot, ready to share something powerful with you. So I see a lot of quitters. I deal with a lot of quitters. Quitting is an action you may have done, you might be thinking about. Quitting is something that I have done before a couple times. There's times to do it. So we're gonna talk about when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate. But the first thing is, quitting has a stigma to it, and a stigma for good reason, because when you are, if you quit, you give up, you fail, you don't succeed. Not only do you not reach your goal, but you also wasted all that time and energy and resources. And the number one predictor of success at anything is how early we started, how long we've been doing it. So if you are quitting, you are wasting all that energy that could have been put on something else, right? You could keep going and you'll just keep getting better, or you could have applied that to something else and you would have an extra X years and time and hours on it. But a lot of people are serial quitters who start a new thing and then give up before they really get there, and then start a new thing and wonder, why am I not? There's nothing that I'm good at, because it's really all about sticking it out. Now, we're gonna back up though. You understand why quitting is bad now. We're gonna go over some cases where it's appropriate. Well, it's usually appropriate when you've gone way too far down the wrong road, which is why we need to back up. One of the main causes of problems, or generally something you should realize, is issues that happen, that manifest on this level, are usually caused by mistakes that happen further back in the chain. Everything is a chain of events, and we see out here at the end result something fucked up. That doesn't mean the fuck up was right here. It means there's a mistake somewhere down the road. So for quitting, usually there's two mistakes that happen very early on, which are not being process oriented, being results oriented. And that's the big mistake. We're getting to that. And having unrealistic expectations. So what I mean by is, if you enjoy the process, if you like to make videos, then you're not going to quit, right? If you're process oriented, not results oriented. This video on my Travis Wu channel gets 67 views. I don't care, right? That's why I'm able to keep going, because it's not about the result. It's about process, right? So for Magic the Gathering, I was able to do this. I've been playing this since 1995. It's been over 20 years. I've lost the last 3 matches I've played online. I lose. I've lost a lot. But it was fun. It was a fun game. I didn't come into the game with it's only going to be successful if I'm a pro player and I'm able to travel around the globe. No, it was just something for fun that I would do either way. And then over time, I accrued the experience through the process and over the years to get here. So a lot of people have this wrong. They think that if you win and have good results, then you'll enjoy it and be happy. When actually the research says the opposite. It says that if I enjoy the process and have fun and I'm happy while doing it, over time I'll get the results, for obvious reasons. If you think about it that way, over time I'll put in the time and I'm going to get the results. So it's very important that when you start something, you should be enjoying of the process. And if you don't enjoy the process, you should quit very, very early before you get further down the road and you're going to have to make a major quit that means cutting off a bunch of stuff, you know. That is important. So you want to start off with knowing that you enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process, that's fine. Don't go very far down that road, right? You can have shallow look around, but don't go far down that road if you don't enjoy the process, or you're gonna wake up in a place where, like, I've been doing this forever and not liking it, and I also don't have the results, so I'm gonna quit, right? And then that's a huge waste of resources. So that's the number one thing, is you have to have fun with the process. You have to be process oriented. Number two is unrealistic expectations. A lot of people have unrealistic expectations because we think things happen faster than they do, because we see these public victories and don't know the private victories that go on to make them happen year after year of practice, you know. Like the success that I've found in competitive gaming, I've been doing it for over 20 years, right? And I remember one summer that I spent with my brother, all we did was fucking play, and a lot of people were out playing, and we did some sports, but there was a lot of time that was sacrificed just playing, a lot of weekends, Friday nights, and stuff like that. And if you don't see that, you don't know. You don't have realistic expectations. So it's important to share stories like in Magic the Gathering, Christian Kyle Kano. It took him 6 years and 90 tries to finally qualify for the Pro Tour. That's realistic. It took him 10 years and 40 Pro Tours to finally top 8 one. That's realistic. A lot of people don't come in with realistic expectations, and when the reality doesn't meet your expectations, you either break your reality or break your expectations, and for some people, they would rather break the reality at that point and quit. So you need to come into something with knowing, like, okay, I enjoy the process, I'm process oriented, I'm not super dependent on results. If those happen later on, I'll be happy. It's a goal, but it's not an expectation. My realistic expectation is that I'm gonna spend a lot of time on this and not be very good. I might get better later, you know. I see this for, obviously we're talking about YouTube and Magic, but for everything, like, people get super far and then quit. And it's a mistake that I've made, but, you know, life changes as well. One thing I do want to say is, especially when you're younger, you want to try out tons of things, because, and really at any time, but you want to be careful about how deep you go to find what, if anything, you have an innate talent for, or something that you particularly enjoy, or really enjoy, and not necessarily go down these roads, but, and then later you're going to pare down your hobbies and cut certain things out, you know. I used to be really into music, for instance, and I had no expectation of massive results. You know, I got more plays and downloads than I really expected, and I had a lot of fun with that. But it was like, can I have 3 serious hobbies? Performance, Magic the Gathering, athletics, music. I thought it was one too many things, and it would make sense to move down to 2. And I wasted all that time and energy. Well, you know, sometimes that will happen. Sometimes you have a family, or you have new obligations, and you have to pare down, right? You don't want to quit everything, though. Another example is like sports. I don't plan on ever quitting, but, you know, there comes a time when, if you're a competitive athlete, when it just doesn't make sense anymore because of aging and stuff like that. So there's exceptions when it makes sense, but I mean, even then, you don't have to drop out of the community. You just transition your job more to teaching, and so on. You know, you don't have to and it's appropriate to quit when, like, that course is run, your body's shot or whatever. So there are exceptions and there are reasons to quit, but it's definitely better to quit. The earlier you quit, the better. The later you quit, the more energy, time, resources you wasted because of opportunity cost. And that mistake tends to happen with people who come in with unrealistic expectations based on getting certain results, who don't necessarily enjoy the process. The good news for those of you is, if you really enjoy doing something and it doesn't matter what results you get, you just enjoy doing it, then you have a very good chance of getting results and doing well over the long term, because you're likely going to be able to stick through it when other people would quit, and over time you just get better. So my advice to not quitting is to pick things that you really enjoy, detach from results as much as possible. You can make goals, result goals, but you should be happy that it just happened. You know, I'm just happy I made this video today. That's my goal. Make a video every day, at least one video a day. That makes me happy, right? And over time, it's easy for me to keep doing it because I just enjoy doing it. And over time, am I gonna have 100,000 subs? Probably. The only thing that would stop me is quitting. And why would I quit before it happens when it's an inevitable? And I just enjoy the process, and I have no expectation of when it will happen. I don't compare myself to other people who have more necessarily. I mean, I'll take notes and see what are you doing that I can copy if I enjoy doing that. But ultimately, that's my advice on quitting, is like, if you're thinking about quitting, making a major quit right now, then I'm not saying you should or shouldn't quit, but I'm saying you probably made a mistake somewhere down the chain, and you need to adjust your expectations and take a look. Like, the other hand is, if you made it this far and you don't enjoy the process, you should quit, and you shouldn't have started. And the next thing that you pick, try to pick something that you enjoy. Some of you will say, well, I don't really enjoy anything. That's rare, but there's something that's less miserable than other things for you, right? There's got to be something that is more tolerable at the least, like, and move in that direction. It's all the science and research says this, all the success motivation gurus say this. You have to enjoy what you're doing, the process, and let the results come later. So I hope you find this useful, encourages you to keep going. I gotta run now, doing some cool stuff today, some cool social stuff and giving back, got some calls and so on. So hope you find this useful. Leave a comment if you could apply this right now. Like, think about what you're doing. Think about the few things that you're doing, whatever they are, the few things you're serious about, and ask yourself if you really enjoy the process and what results you expect. And think about, what are the things that you most enjoy doing? How can you do them more? Where might they lead you if you keep going every single day for years, right? Don't expect that, but it's okay to make goals. So hope you find that useful. Make sure to check out my other channel wherever you're watching this. Leave a comment down below. And I got a zip, so let's speak soon. Let me know what else you want to hear about. Peace.